Welcome to Operations Management for online classes. My name is Ricki Kaplan and I'll be teaching this class. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the class before we get into the beginning content. Again, this is Operations Management, Management 3100, taught at East Tennessee State University. My name is Ricki Kaplan and I am the instructor for this class. I am a lecturer in management, and I've been teaching at the college level for over 25 years now. I started out with a Bachelor's of Science in Elementary Education, and I also have a Master's in Sociology before I came back and completed my MBA. My background is pretty much in nonprofit organizations, and I have managed nonprofit, and at this time I do some consulting work with small businesses in organizational development type areas, and because I also teach our writing class, I also do a lot of consulting work for companies on their paperwork and how to streamline or get reimbursed faster, those types of things dealing with paperwork. For this class, it is going to be based pretty much on both theory and application, and then we're going to get into the interpretation of results because parts of this is a math class, a business math class, and in order to understand the math, you have to understand the theory behind the math. So we're going to be working with theory first, then moving on to application, and getting a number really doesn't mean anything. You have to interpret what that number is. So we're going to work with the interpretation of results to make sure that you understand what that number means that you get at the end of a math problem. What are some of my expectations for you as a student? Because this is an online class, this class is asynchronous, which means that you can watch the videos and do the work at any time you wish within the time periods when things are due. So you need to be listening to lectures. That's what I'm doing right here, is recording these lectures for you to listen to. Take a look at the book, read the book, and then take a look at the lectures. I do bring in supplemental materials, so you're going to need to read the textbook, you're going to need to take a look at the book, you're going to need to watch the videos that are posted for you. All of these are going to enhance your learning. Do the homework. There is homework that has to be done here, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Do the homework, take notes. Ask questions. A lot of times in online classes, the students are afraid to ask questions. You'll find that under the discussions area in D2L, there is a spot for questions. That's like raising your hand in class. So if you have a question that you would normally ask in class, go ahead, raise your hand, and type in that question. I usually check it Monday through Thursdays, and sometimes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to check to see what questions were asked. So usually within about a 24-hour period, you'll get an answer. If someone else has asked a question and you know that answer, go ahead and type in the answer because it's going to get the information to them faster. And if I need to tweak your answer a little bit, I will as soon as I get online to take a look at those. If it's a question you would not normally ask in class, then email me. My email address is Kaplan, Kaplan, at ETSU.edu, and you'll find that on your syllabus listed in the D2L content page under syllabus. Do your work on time. This is going to be very important. Take a look and set aside time daily to do this class. If you're taking this in summer session or winter session, this is a very condensed time. If you're doing this in fall or spring, you have a little bit more time to take a look at things, but set aside time to make sure that you can get your work done. By setting aside your class time, even though you're not physically in a classroom, you're able to do this anywhere where you have your computer. You're actually going to retain the information better because you're not stressing out and trying to get it done all at once, being short-timed with trying to get stuff done for the class. Taking a look just basically at a basic syllabus, so I'm not going to give any dates here. You're going to need to refer back to your syllabus on that. I am going to be in room 126 of Sam Wilson if this is a fall or spring semester. Winter, I am online only. In summer, I am usually online only. Check my times for office hours. They change every semester, but I do have office hours where I am actually physically in my office, and I have online office hours. So especially winter session, summer session, my office hours are done online. So you are able to get a hold of me, and I check about every 15 minutes. I check for emails during that time. Again, my email is Kaplan, Kaplan, at etsu.edu. The textbook that we're using right now is Practical Operations Management by Simpson and Hancock. It's from Herscher Publishing. And yes, I suggest you get the book. It will help you. Not only get the book, but there is a supplement that is available called Note Shaper. At the point in time of recording these videos, Note Shaper is $30. Every problem in the textbook is worked out in Note Shaper. So it's $30 well spent, because it's not just the problems that I'll be doing, but if you need to look at extra problems, want to make sure that you're doing something right, you're able to do that and go back and check your work through Note Shaper. So that is an excellent resource for you to use. The course description of this class is Operations Management is meant to provide the student with a sound, basic knowledge and understanding of operating systems and techniques in both the manufacturing and service sectors. Further, it will provide the student with an understanding of the critical nature of operations within the overall business structure and of the need to make strategically sound decisions concerning operations. We're taking a look at both manufacturing and service side operations, and we'll discuss their definitions here in just a little bit. And we want to know how to do those best. The objectives is participate in the development of a production operations strategy in support of the overall business strategy, develop a simple production plan and master production schedule, compute and analyze forecasts using various methods. There's our math. Describe advantages and disadvantages of layouts in manufacturing and service industries, and solve basic line balancing problems considering TOC and JIT. That's theory of constraints and just in time. And we use a lot of what I call alphabet soup here, taking a look at the acronyms to be able to discuss theories and topics. Be familiar with major manufacturing philosophies. Describe independent and dependent demand inventory systems, calculating time-based net requirements and planned order releases for MRP with consideration given to safety stock, minimum order size and ordering in lots, and discuss the importance of quality and how technology has enhanced quality, calculating quality using process control charts. So there's a lot of stuff we're going to be covering here. The grading on this class is set up to a 100-point scale. You will have 2 exams. They are both multiple choice exams online. You will be able to use open book and do these from your home. You don't have to come onto campus to do them. And then homework is going to be worth 20 points. The first homework is actually an introduction of yourself, introducing yourself on a discussion board. So I have opened up underneath this discussion tabs, discussion number 1, which is introducing yourself. That is worth 2 points. You just tell everybody in here who you are, and it usually must be completed in the first week of class. The other homeworks are not graded assignments. What they are check marks. You're going to get the points, 2 points per assignment for each homework assignment you turn in and attempt to do. There will be videos posted after the homework is due. After the time it is due, the video will open up where the homework is being completed by myself, and you can see how it's being done. I wait until after the homework is due so that you have to try this on your own, and you can't just sit down and copy over what I'm doing in the video. That way you're actually learning. I want you to attempt these, and that's why homework, which is a practice, is for you to attempt the homework and hopefully get it right. So I don't grade homework. I give points for the attempt, for you working on doing the homework. The drop box closes at midnight, so your homework has to be in. It is due at 11:59 p.m. on the due date that's listed on your syllabus. So make sure you're getting your homework in on time, because if you don't, you're not going to get credit for it. And like I said, it's not a graded assignment, it's an attempt. You get the grades for the attempt. There are a total of 8 homework assignments at 2 points apiece, which gives you 16 points. If you complete every single homework assignment, I'll give you 4 more points. So there's your extra credit. There's for doing and attempting all the homework, I'm giving you a few extra points there. Underneath content on syllabus, you'll also find your syllabus attachment. You'll find that this talks about the honor code, academic misconduct, disability services. If anyone is listed or works with disability services, there's paperwork that you have to get to me. Please do so by the end of the first week, especially in winter and summer classes, usually the end of the second week in fall and spring classes. And the reason for this is if I need to make any changes for homework, for test times, I need to know, and I need to be given time to make sure that I can do that. So in a winter session, this is about a 4.5 week class. You're taking the exam the second week. I need time to make sure I can make those changes for you. So that's why this information is due by the end of the first week. In a spring and fall class, I have a little bit more time before the first exam, before the first homework is due, to be able to make those changes. There are videos listed in your syllabus for you to take a look at. Again, these are to enhance your learning. They help explain things. They give real life examples of the theory that we're talking about in class. So if you have questions about your syllabus, please ask them in the questions area or get a hold of me, and I'll be glad to help you with that. Again, the test, I think I covered this already, but I'm going to say it again. The tests are all multiple choice questions, and you have 2 hours to do them. You are only allowed to take the test one time. But it is open book, open note. So with that, I wish you the best of luck in this class. I know you all can do great. Make sure you set the time aside to do this. Do you do the homework? You ask questions when you have questions. I try to answer them online if need be, but if we need to set up a phone call, I can do that. So welcome to Operations Management.